Hello, my name is Charlotte Armitage. I'm 8 years old. I'm in 2nd grade, going to 3rd grade, and this is my first art show, and it's called This is Charlotte. This is the 3 Blue Daisies, and I made it in October 2009.
Yeah. Now, which painting was this in our series, This is Charlotte? Which painting was it?
This was the first one.
This was the first one, right? When you came to me the first time. And it was the first piece we finished, and it's finished all completely. Everything is done. And you outlined it in black, too, that first one, which you haven't done as much lately, but in the first one you did. Tell me something you like about that painting. Now that you've made so many paintings, what's something about that painting you see that's interesting to your eye?
The shells.
The shells are very interesting.
Because I remember I was really excited when we did it because it was like the first shells I did in any of these paintings, and so I got.
What about your personal color story? The colors that you like to work in. Did you discover some of those right off?
Yeah, like yellow and blue.
And what blue is that?
That is
the one I gave you the tube for.
Yeah. Peacock blue.
Yeah, and one of your favorites. And we got that the first time. You looked at it and loved it right off the bat, the first time. So you really started to develop your color story there, didn't you? And what about those flowers? You used to make your flowers really straight. Like the first flowers you drew for me were really straight. Now look at those flowers. What makes them better?
Little, like, not so straight, just...
More what?
More, organic.
More organic, right. So that's one thing we're striving for, because you always say when it's more organic, it seems more real, which it does. Yeah, so that's a really...
In the artist world.
In the artist world, yeah. So that was a really lovely painting, and I was really happy, too, because I could see, Charlotte, that you...
I can improve better every time.
Well, I could see that already. You were a great artist. When I saw that painting, I knew this little girl is a great artist.
This is, this is called the elephant, and I made it through December and through
October, November.
October and November.
Yeah, 2009.
2009.
Yes, so that was the second painting in the series. Now, one thing I like about this painting is you brought forward an idea that was in one of your paintings that you did before I ever knew you, in that tree there.
Oh, yes, these berries. I did this before I even knew Deborah.
That's right.
Well, I did some paintings, and well, my mom and dad all loved them, and well, one of them like had berries like all over it.
Yeah, I remember it. And
then I lined it in green, so it's like the leaves in it, and everyone really liked it, and so Deborah was like, you know, the tree thing, we can maybe do it like that, and I was like, maybe show like blueberries, and then we did, and
so you brought something of yourself forward into it, you know, your own artistic self. Plus you wanted that little turtle to be on it, and you wanted the birds in the nest. Those were ideas that you had about it. And of course the elephant, you said, well, I don't think I can do that elephant, but look how beautiful he is.
Yeah, but I asked if I wanted to, and then I was like, wait, when I was doing it, I was like, okay.
So you can see on that elephant you used a lot of wet technique, you know. Now that you know enough, you can see that your brush was very wet. Yeah? See how that is?
Yeah, when you need a little bit of pigment inside it,
right.
You still, sometimes you just need to keep like that.
Yes, and also your water there is really effective and beautiful, right? And your rocks. So, and I also like your flowers. This is the flower story on the ground. So it's in one of your narrative pieces. It's a little story about
like there's one different kind, and it's hidden. Like, I don't really want to be with these people. I just want to be
I think you're right.
hidden because I like being down.
It's also the painting you learned about doing the trees in, too.
Yeah.
So it was a good painting for you, but already a remarkable step from the little simple vases to this one, right? Already a big step forward.
Well, this was made in December 2009. The Mermaid Finds Her Doll.
Right, and now, what is the story behind the Mermaid's Doll? Point to it.
Well, this doll, this was how actually, the first time I showed Deborah how I made a mermaid. And this is how I improved just by Deborah, and
In your
this is
lessons.
from the first time all the way to the second time how she taught me.
And we decided to make a story out of it,
Yes.
like it's the mermaid's doll. And that also, you had just learned to do that crab too, remember?
Yeah, and it was like for such a long time I learned that's my favorite one.
Yeah, you loved the crab. And what's that? I see a little blue at the edge of that painting. What is that?
Here?
All the way out there, that little blue tail. What is that?
Oh yes. Well, this little blue tail is a whale's tail.
The whale's tail, right. And why did you put those white marks on it? Can you remember?
Because all scientists keep track of all the whales they can find, and by the markings.
Right, on their tails.
On the tails. So we thought it would be much realistic to just do that.
More
so
organic, right.
Very organic.
Yeah, and
Try
now
to put the
organic idea. And this is when you learn to do the sort of moving grasses, of course. They look good. And this was your idea to have an octopus in a cave. That turned out very well, don't you think?
Yeah.
And the night sky.
And this.
Oh, and you learned to do the
fancy
stars in this one too. That's when we learned the stars. So it's a really good girl. And you put all the little black marks on her. It's really nice, isn't
Yeah,
it?
her scales.
So she's swimming down to her treasure place to find her doll and her ring.
And her little
Pearls.
pills and her little sea cup.
Yeah, very
Like
good.
this is, we're thinking like this is like I'm too attached to this stuff.
Yeah.
This is mine. This is mine.
Always
this is
protecting
mine.
it. Yeah,
It's
very
like,
good.
Oh no! I bet they're
Wow.
gonna get in a fight one
Well,
day.
we were really happy with this painting, weren't we?
Yeah.
Very happy.
This is the Mermaid and the Vikings, January 2010.
So this is number 4
Yes.
in your series of paintings. What made a little girl like you, a little second grade girl, want to paint a Viking ship so badly? Because you really, really, really wanted to paint a Viking ship.
Well, you said that, I remember that people, couple places in the world, even English people, have Viking blood inside themselves, and it was coming through my brain, so it just
the Viking
made me
blood got
want-
up in your brain. I
and
got
started thinking like,
I got
now
you.
you're an artist.
Yes.
I feel like, do a Viking ship, do a Viking ship.
Well, all right, so what did we bring forward from our last painting? Because one thing we try to do is bring our lessons forward. This one you brought an object forward. What is it?
The mermaid.
The mermaid, right. And she's behind this rock because...
Because she doesn't, mermaids don't like being seen, so she's thinking if trying to hide away from them, so, and thinking if they should see her or not look.
Right, so another one of your paintings that has a little story going on, right? And so this was the first time you had done the mountains and the moon, the Viking ship, a lot of new things in this painting, but you did them very, very well.
And concentrating.
And concentrating,
And
yes.
like doing all this
Yes.
with the mountain and made this look like this back and this one's front.
Yeah, brought that forward and a lot of different lighter techniques and heavier techniques. A very good painting, Charlotte.
Thank you.
Yeah, very good.
This is the Pelican, February 2010.
Now, why, Charlotte, did you want to do the Pelican? Charlotte decided all the subject matter. Why did you want the Pelican?
Well, my dad's office called Pelican Family Medicine, and I asked Deborah if I could do it, and she said yes.
Yeah, and this was pretty hard for you. Remember all the tiny, tiny little strokes you had to make?
Well, it was pretty fun.
Yeah, you did like it, and you did like it. And he has all his tiny little
little
feathers.
details, and like some right here.
So most people looking at it who weren't artists wouldn't realize that's layers and layers and layers of paint you had to do to get that right. And then back here, you mixed paint on the paper. Do you remember that? And also, what do we see for the first time in your sky?
Clouds.
Clouds, yeah. And remember how you wanted to do them really round, but then you got about how to do them more organic, like real clouds floating in the sky?
Yeah.
Yeah. And where does this painting hang? Where's the picture of this painting hang?
At my dad's
In
office.
his dad's office, Pelican.
All my paintings really do.
Yeah, a really great painting, and really another step forward. Every painting makes a lovely progress. Painting number 5.